Hello everyone and welcome back. It is time to do my September book haul. We really are just hurtling towards the end of this year, aren't we? Book hauls, I suspect, are going to keep getting smaller as basically the cost of everything increases, and I should really focus on my TBR pile. In fact, September I was doing really well with my budget, and then I bought the last book of the month, which was actually more than everything else put together. Yeah, one of the books this month was sent to me. 3 of the books I have acquired this month are self-published, and only 2 were traditionally published. So I will just get into it. So the biggie, of course, Stephen King came out with a new book in September, Fairy Tale. I have actually read this. A review will come soon. I got behind with my SBFBO content and I wanted to get completely caught up before I got into my non-SBFBO stuff. In fact, I have just recorded my finalist video just before this one. That will actually be going up after this one. So Charlie Reid is a normal high school student, and he eventually gets to know Howard Bowditch, who lives in the big scary house in town that everyone avoids, in which Stephen King has never ever before shown in a book. So he helps him about the house with his aging dog Radar, and when Howard dies, he leaves him a tape and a set of keys to the portal underneath the shed to another world. I really enjoyed this one. I'm not going to go into it too much. Honestly, this is my favourite thing Stephen King has put out in quite some time. So yes, review is coming soon, now that I'm done with my SBFBO stuff. So I will show you the self-published stuff that I bought before I show you the one that was sent to me. I think it was Trudy Skies, I want to say, because I bought this one off a Twitter thread. As for recommendations of lesser known self-published stuff, and then Alistair Karadec, The Old Love and the New was mentioned. I had a look at this. I added a load of stuff to my wish list, and then I noticed that the physical copy was £3 along with the Kindle version because it wasn't on Kindle Unlimited. So this is set 25 years after an infection has started spreading across Britain and Ireland, and most people have stopped asking questions. No one seems to care anymore what happened to the women in the provisional quarantine centres. Sid doesn't have the headspace to care. Since receiving a diagnosis of schizoaffective disorder at age 19, he's stuck to a strict regimen of routine, low expectations, and tuning out the world. When his best friend bring home the first woman either of them has seen since the epidemic, Sid has to push back the boundaries he set for his own safety and face outwards for the first time. Not the same time. So this one seemed quite intriguing, and with it being the same price as the Kindle version at just a little bit over £3, I had to get the physical copy. Another one I bought the physical copy of because I do actually have the rest of them. You can just see them at the very top of the screen here. This is Sins of the Mother by Rob J. Hayes, and this is actually the 4th book in the War Eternal series. I'm not going to go into this one because it is 4 books in, but Along the Razor's Edge was one of my favourite books of recent times, and this continues later on after that first trilogy, I think. I'm going to be reading this one soon because Ascara is just one of the most chaotic, wonderful characters, and just when you think things are going to get dark, shit gets darker, like more murderous all the time. And I've really enjoyed his writing develop, and I love this series as I bought it in physical form. So this was actually a good price when I bought it. I think it wasn't too expensive. It wasn't the normal price of a self-published fantasy book, so that's why I bought that one. I also got it on Kindle Unlimited, but I decided, of course, I needed the physical copy. Final physical copy of self-published. This was actually sent to me by the author, who I will review too, because I got an early e-arc, and once again, the author's been really understanding with me catching up with my SBFBO stuff. So I have read this and I do need to review it. And this is The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. This is her new series after the War of Lost Hearts trilogy, which I really enjoyed. And this is the first in the Nightborn duet, and it's part of the Crowns of Nyaxia series. So this was sent to me by the author, and she has signed it. And I also got a House of Night sticker. So, the adopted human daughter of the Nightborn King, Aureya, carves her place in a world designed to kill her. Her only chance to become something more than prey is entering the Kijari, a legendary tournament held by the goddess of death herself. But winning won't be easy against the most vicious warriors from all three vampire houses. To survive, Aureya is forced to make an alliance with a mysterious rival. I'm not going to go too much into more of the synopsis because I think you need to discover things yourself. I really enjoyed this. I loved this. As I said, I've read it. A review will be coming soon. Now I've finished with my batch of books from the self-published fantasy blog off, I can get back to finishing off reviews that I owe. So, finally, this has been a bit of a chaotic book haul. I have had this book on my wish list since it was announced. These are not cheap books. In fact, this was over £20, this one book, and it's the most expensive book by far this month, but I bought this as a treat for finishing my batch, and it's Nona the Ninth by Tamsin Muir. I don't actually know what's going on here. I've avoided reviews. I've not looked at the early reviews. Where's Gideon and Harrow just out of frame, and I loved them both so much. This was not an expected book in the series. The next one we thought we were going to get was Alecto the Ninth, and then this one was announced instead. So I'm looking forward to finding out what the hell's going on. This is book 3 of a series. Nothing about the series makes a whole lot of sense until it does. Yeah, it's definitely a mindfuck series. Anyway, those are the books that have come my way in September. Have you bought anything new? I would love to know. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you all soon.